everybody, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, my name is Katie, and for those who are returning, it has been a while. I know I haven't uploaded. I have moved since the last time I have uploaded. I am in a new college since the last time I have uploaded. So a lot of things have been happening, but I'm back. Hopefully I will start posting regularly from now on, or find some kind of schedule. And today I'm going to be talking about the books I have read in the month of January. These are a few. I've actually read 12 in the month of January. And I'm going to be talking about some of them. Most of the books I have read, this lovely big stack right here, are from Frederick Backman, who's one of my favorite authors. I think this is all of his work. He's done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books, which I would recommend. So the first book I read this year is The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's a science fiction book. Also could be classified as like a comedy kind of book. It was originally a radio show in England. I want to say in like the 80s, and then it was turned into a book. There are other books in the series, but the only one you really probably should read is just this one. It's a classic, it's fun, it's very easy, it's a very fast read, and I think you will highly enjoy it if you are looking for or wanting to start in science fiction. The next one is a classic. It's Little Women. You know, I feel like everybody should read Little Women. I mean, and all the countless movie remakes. I know the latest one, which came out in 2019. I love this book. I was skeptical on how much I would like it. I like some classic books, but not all. But I was really happy with how much I enjoyed this, and it was actually not the first time I've read it. I was rereading this, and I fell in love again. Like, I love Little Women. Then I read Tuck Everlasting, which this is a children's book, but I loved it so much. The first time I read this was in 6th grade English class, and I fell in love with it. I absolutely adore this book, and the movie that Disney did. You know, it looks at the question of, you know, like, well, what if you could live forever? You know, and that aspect of, do we really want to be immortal, you know? It's another fun way to look at, you know, how we look at mortality and how we live our lives and how to make our life full of purpose. Jonathan Livingston Seagull it's kind of, it likes to play with your mind, and not in a bad way, because I'm sure now people who have read it will probably know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't read this and you have decided to, you're just kind of reading it like it's just messing with you, and I think that was the point the author was doing. I mean, it was written originally in the 70s, so a lot of people were doing drugs, you know, and the point of the story is that, you know, Jonathan just he wants to try new flying patterns. Like, he just wants to fly more. And it messes with your head in that way. You think you're kind of being punked when you read this book. You're expecting something more, and you're just not gonna get it. It's fun. It is very fast. Most of it's pictures. If you're bored, I would highly recommend reading this book. It's a lot of fun to read. And now to the big stack of Frederick Backman books. Look at all this. He has 2 novellas, and a lot of 6 novels. He's a very sad style of writing. A lot of the stories are just very depressing. So I want you to keep that in mind if you ever pick up one of his books, especially if you pick up Beartown and A Man Called Ovi. Beartown and its sequel, Us Against You, talk about like rape and how that affects not only the person but in the small town, how it affects everybody. And then a man called Ovi, he's depressed that his wife has recently passed and is trying to commit suicide, getting back to her. Very depressing stories, but they're so well written and in a tasteful manner that is not trying to make light of these very serious topics. If you were to pick one up, I personally would start with My Grandmother Asked. It's a long title. My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry. It's probably one of his more tamer books. And this was the first one I read as well, and I loved it. Honestly, yeah, if you were to start reading his stuff, I would start with this one. It's sad, but not in the same sense as Beartown, A Man Called Ovi. And it has its like unofficial like sequel. It follows a character from this book. You could also start with Britt Marie Was Here, although some of the stuff that happens in here would help if you read this one first. And then his little novellas, I would start with something like that, especially if you have rape or suicide triggers you. I would definitely start with these ones first, or maybe just even steer clear of the other ones altogether. Yeah, those are the books I've read. I've done a review on A Man Called Ovi, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. My goal this year is to read 100 books. You can follow that journey on my Goodreads, and I would love to hear what the books you guys have read in the month of January and what your reading goal is for this year. And I will hopefully see you guys very soon. Bye!